Hi, my name's Camilla Caladcad Canlas, and for my first evidence in English 5, I want to talk about the 2020 lockdown due to COVID 19. First, a context. What happened was that there was a deadly respiratory viral disease that spread worldwide. This was called coronavirus 2, which led to a global lockdown and major lifestyle changes for everyone involved. It was first declared as a public health emergency of international concern on the 30th of January 2020, but it was not till 11th of March in the same year that it was declared as a pandemic. This was basically something that affected everyone. There were cases and deaths recorded in 219 territories. Now, for the important aspects, I wanted to focus more on the lockdown instead of the quarantine and instead of the disease as a whole. So, through the lockdown, I found three things that could have been better. First, around 265 million faced food insecurity, especially in the poorer communities. They didn't know what to do because they didn't have anything stocked in their houses. They didn't think this would be so long, so they just locked themselves up. And when the quarantine was happening, it was for a lot longer than they thought, and they couldn't go out to the house to buy stuff that they needed. So, what I would have done is I would have given a notice before the lockdown. Make sure they prepared before they got themselves sucked in. Second, many students were affected due to the lack of access of education. So, I would have given access to free education to the poor community. Let them have free books, let them have free access so that they can be better and they could learn better. Third, there was increase in mental health challenges and post-traumatic disorder. People were alone, they were lonely, and they did not know what to do. They were all scared, people were dying, so what I would have done is I would have made sure that everyone had an access to a mental health professional because it is something so important. Our physical health is not everything for us because without the mental, we're not okay. So, the justification. If I had given an earlier notice, people would have gotten more time to prepare. If I had provided free education to the poor, it would have been easier for them to avoid falling behind. And finally, if I had made sure everyone had access to a mental health professional, there wouldn't be much of an increase in mental health problems. Now, my wishes for the future. I have three. First, I wish that there were more education and preparation involved in serious matters such as this. I wish people would be more conscious and wear a mask when there's a pandemic because they didn't care, basically. And third, I wish there wasn't so much stigma surrounding mental health. I wish it had the more importance involved. That's all for my part. Thank you.